Hi there. I'm Terry, the new associate pastor at Bertie Church. And I'm so thankful that you're checking out this video to find out a little bit more about who I am. And I'm glad to be able to share my story with you in this way. Back in the 70s, I grew up as a child, in the 80s as a teenager, and in Toronto. And I have to admit, thinking back on my past, what an incredible time that was to be a child and a teenager. Grew up with a loving mom and dad and a sister, and I'm the oldest out of the two between me and my sister. And I have to admit, grew up doing archery. I don't know if you've experienced anything like that, but what a wonderful thing. Every weekend I look forward to getting out of Toronto, going up north, whether if it was to the Archers of Caledon or the Archers of Bowmanville, and being a part of that community up there. And I have to admit, growing up as a child, I did archery. I did enjoy it, but it wasn't something I wanted to do all the time. So I think it was being up north where my love for the outdoors started to take effect. Me and some of the other kids, we would go and explore the grounds and hike through forests, find swamps, jump into it, not swimming, but just trying to catch the frogs, the snakes, and everything else that we found within a swamp. It was honestly a wonderful time and a great place to be, and weekends were always something I look forward to. But archery wasn't just limited to the weekends. My parents were also involved in two different archery clubs, one on the east end of Toronto, one on the west end in Toronto. And we would shoot Tuesday night or Thursday night as they helped to run that with their friends. And I have to admit, those were good times as well. Another thing in the 80s, my dad and I started to develop a love for fishing. And it was a great opportunity for us to bond together. Eventually we got a boat, fixed it up, and would always be out on the water. And I have to say, I do have some fishing stories to share, but come ask me if you're interested. I'd love to talk to you about those, especially about the real big one that I caught. Okay, maybe it was a little bit smaller, but as a kid, it was big. So, but lots of other things that took place while growing up in Toronto. So during school, I was involved in a lot of sports. Definitely started off with judo when I was in public school, basketball, track and field, you name it, anything that I can do to be involved, and definitely wrestling. Oh, that was some good memories there. I was in the second heaviest weight class. There was two of us, so we were able to practice and the moves and everything on each other and have little mini challenges of tournaments, I guess you could say. And there was only one guy who was in the heavy weight class, and he was strong, he was big, and definitely when my friend didn't show up in my weight class, I had to wrestle the big guy. Now, I have to admit, I never did win. I was very close once towards the end of the season, but I think that helped to prepare me for the big tournament through all of Scarborough Regional, and that's when I became second in all of Scarborough in my weight classes. So then when I entered into high school, started to take karate. I had friends who were black belt in Taekwondo and kickboxing, so I did some training with them as well. Basketball, volleyball, squash, tennis, track, definitely football was a big part. And I remember one football story I'll share with you was during a practice. Again, I had to go against one of the biggest guys on the team. I was a linebacker, and so as we were doing our drill, every time you're talking with people around you, and as you step up, the guy in front of you say, "Hey, Terry, why don't you go?" And so I said, "Sure." And then I turn around, I'm like, "Oh, great. Why is it that I'm always going against this big guy?" And yeah, there's times he just blew right by me, but I have to admit, it wasn't always easy. And there were times that I did stop him. So that was an interesting thing. Lots of football stories that I can share if if we ever get a chance to talk one-on-one. Yeah, you might hear some of those stories. But high school was quite interesting time. not only just with sports and being heavily involved. I found a love for drama, being in a drama class. Also business. Business was something that I excelled at in high school, and math as well. So yeah, I was involved in a business club. Again, big competition for all of Toronto actually, and I came fourth in my category. And I would have been able to go against others in Canada if I would have came in the top 3. So I missed out on that. But yeah, some great times for sure. But you know, it was interesting. Towards the end of my high school life, my dad passed away in 1988. And one of the students that I had a couple classes with invited me out to his church group and told me that they had basketball. That was the catch for me. And when I went, there wasn't much basketball. It was all floor hockey, and I was not a floor hockey person at that time. So, but I stayed because the parents that ran the youth ministry, they were so friendly and inviting. And I knew my buddy Doug, and of course I got to know some of the other people. And it was on that journey where I began to attend youth group periodically. It wasn't always consistently. And sure enough, there was a time for a retreat for the high school students to go up north to MBC. And I have to admit, I didn't know much about it. And when I heard it was a winter retreat, I was like, no, I don't want to go. So I missed out on it. And then when everybody came back, I heard them talking, and some of my friends, some of the guys were telling me, Terry, that there was 3 girls for every guy. So I made a choice right then and there that when next year comes around, I'm going on that retreat. And I'm glad I did. No, when I went, there was not 3 girls for every guy. There was 3 guys for every girl. So I think a lot of other people heard about that and came up that year when I went. That was in January of 1991, January 5th, on the Saturday night when the pastor was sharing about Christ, shared it on Friday night, Saturday morning, and then Saturday night is when he gave, I guess what we call the altar call, and a decision to make for Christ. And I made a decision that night. And it was incredible. It was incredible. I still remember the prayer that I prayed, and I have to admit, God has been faithful in answering that prayer since 1991 to this day. And so I'm really, really thrilled that I've come and gave my life to Christ then, have learned a lot, have experienced a lot, involved in different ministries over the years outside the church. One of the biggest ones was an organization called Sun Life, and ended up becoming one of the trainers, and then on a core team helping to plan the whole week-long discourse, and then of course helping with the tech stuff. I think that was the beginning of my tech experience at my old church back in Toronto, and that translated into Sun Life as well, and helping setting them up for the future. So it's been a very great life walking with God. I have to admit, it's not always been easy. There's been some challenges, and there's been some difficulties at times. My sister and some of my family members have had bouts with cancer. Some of them have survived and some of them have not. Losing my grandparents, they were very special to me and really poured a lot into my life. And but they were believers, and I am so thankful for them pouring into me, encouraging me in my relationship with God. And lots of things that I've done since then within ministry itself and also within life. So helped to do a lot of things in my former church, and involved not just with youth but with missions, with outreaches, with barbecues. Back in the days, I was a cook in different restaurants in different places, and really loved cooking. Baking, I've never really learned that skill, but you put me on a grill, you put me in a kitchen, an oven, stovetop, you name it, I'm a guy that loves to cook. So there are still lots of things today that from my past, from archery, which I still love to do. I got away from it when I moved away from Toronto, and I have to admit, probably 7 years, I think. I kind of gotten back into it, got my son involved. I got a few people from the other church involved, and yeah, it's incredible. Uh, fishing, fishing that I started to get engaged with my dad back in the 80s, and that is something that I love to still be a part of, and especially taking people with me for the conversations and just the bonding time that we get to have in those shared experiences together. So yeah, other places that I've learned to love is the garage, which I call my workshop. I inherited a lot of tools from my father-in-law, and I love creating and making things happen. I also love being in front of the computer, designing, putting stuff together, whether it's videos and working on stuff from photography, which I love to do as well. Yeah, it's kind of me. I just love to enjoy life, love to create, love different experiences, love all kinds of foods. Not very picky in that way, and just love being around people. I really enjoy my family with my son, my daughter, and my wife. And when I have 3 dogs, they are each very unique, and it's great to see the puppy, who's actually now 3 years of age, I believe. And I remember when he was born, I was right there, and what an experience I have never in my entire life had before. So the memories there are great. I really look forward to my time at Bertie, and to get to know you all, and for you to get to know me. And as we grow in our faith together, I'm so excited for what God has in store for us all as a church family, but also as individuals as well. So I look forward to our time, all of our times together, and love to get to know you better. So on that little profile card that you have seen, and there's a little informational stuff. My contact information's there. So anytime that you want to talk, anytime you want to meet, by all means, give me a call, send me a message, and we'll set that up. Alrighty? So you take care, and we'll see you soon. One thing that's very important to me is definitely every morning, first thing I do once I get ready is my devotional time. And I found a new place in the house that I love to sit and engage with God's Word. Another place that I enjoy is studying and preparing at my new office. Another place I love to be in, and you'd probably most likely find me if you were to come by and visit, is being in the workshop. And I still love to do archery when I get the opportunity to. So I want to thank my good friend Milton, who I've gotten to know, and he's allowing me to give it a shot. It feels good.